Now, if you're watching this, watch till the end, because after you leave, you're going to leave with a transformational mindset, belief system, and the real perspective that you need to succeed in remote sales. And we know that limiting beliefs, as you can see here, is your biggest enemy. So inshallah ta'ala, my name is Aqib Abdul Kareem, the founder of RemoteRizq, a program built to help young Muslim men break into remote sales, a halal income pathway that can set them up for the future, build real skills and reshape their financial and spiritual freedom, as well as win back their time. Now, I want to address something deeper than a script, a framework, training, processes, systems, and that's the belief system that you carry into this industry. Because most brothers don't fail because of a lack of talent. They fail because of the wrong beliefs, doubt, false perceptions, the wrong actions that actually follow through because of these wrong doubts, wrong beliefs, doubts, and perceptions. And the mindset leads to the wrong actions: hesitation, survival mode thinking, a lack of longevity in this industry. And by the time you know it, they're leaving as quick as they came into the industry instead of achieving real growth. And you might be telling yourself lots of different things. And we're going to be going through the typical self-limiting beliefs that a lot of setters go through. But actually, every top performer you see today, they've all gone through a sense of doubt in their life, especially when they come into the industry. The difference is they chose to shift those beliefs before it was too late. And in this video, I'm going to break down the most common limiting beliefs I've seen hundreds of brothers and how I've seen in hundreds of brothers, and how to really flip every single one of them into something that will actually serve your growth. So watch it fully, take notes, and then check yourself. Are your beliefs really fueling your growth, or are they feeding you excuses? So inshallah ta'ala, let's get into it. Number one, right, is that a lot of brothers say to themselves, well, I don't have experience. But think about it. How do we learn? How do we grow, And how do we learn? By doing things that we've never done before. You go into a 9-to-5 job right now. It's your first role. Because when you come into remote sales, you are going to have that first role. And you've never done it before. You've never been in the playing field. You've never been in the trenches. And when you compare it to a 9-to-5 job, you've never done a 9-to-5 job before. Yeah, you might have a qualification around it. But if you come into a mentorship program and you're being trained and coached and mentored, and then you go into the playing field, you have the credentials behind you because you've been taught the skill. But you've never done it before. So how will you actually learn? You learn by doing it. You grow by doing it. And if you look at, I don't have experience, no one starts with experience, right? So if you have this belief about, I don't have experience, well, no one started with experience. I didn't start with experience. All these guys that you see on YouTube, they didn't start with no experience. They started. That's what they did. They started their journey and they didn't look back, right? Number two, there are too many setters. And at the same time, right, there are too many setters, but there are not too many elite setters. There's a shortage of quality. There's a shortage of the real deal, the top tier, the out of the charts. There's a shortage of those guys in this industry. It's not that there are too many setters. It's that there is space for me, right? And if you come with the right attitude, if you come coachable, if you come with the right consistency, if you come with the endurance levels, with the longevity, if you see the bigger picture, then my brother, watching, listening, enlightened, there is space for you, right? If you come with the right attitude and you come with all these things and you come with the beliefs, you come with the right perspectives, then there's space for you. Number three, I'm not confident. And a lot of my students, they came with this personality. And remember this, you may not have something under your belt, but who said you can't create it? Who said you can't create it, right? A lot of students on my program, they are day and night difference from that first call that I had with them, where they joined my program, to where they are right now. And that came with reps and results. Because confidence really comes from reps. And more importantly, and the bigger injection of confidence, infusion of confidence, comes with results. Even that first result, it is a big paradigm shift. It is a big needle pusher. It takes you from where you currently are and you feel on top of the world. All right. When you get that first result, that's what creates confidence. Reps, they create confidence. I referred to one of my students who, in one of my interviews with him, he was talking about how I really didn't think that sales was for me. I didn't have the personality. And he literally said it was the reps. It was the reps that was building my confidence. And of course, alongside our brotherhood that we have, the network of brothers that we have, alhamdulillah. But results are going to be the big paradigm shift and reps. So remember that, Akhi. I'm too late for I'm too late to the industry. And that's another one. You know, it's been going for a while. You know, how can I just come into this large pool right now and start swimming when there's so many swimmers in there right now? Well, you gotta understand something. High ticket sales, right? It's far, far, far ahead of things like tech sales. Tech sales is being left behind. High ticket sales is the new thing, right? Especially the Muslim market. Non-Muslims have been doing it for 10 years, you know, where they have this one call close or maximum two. But the Muslim market, for example, they're just getting started. They're playing the catch-up game. So it's about to explode. It's about to explode. So the question is, do you want to be that? Do you want to be there for that explosion? Do you want to be there when it starts to exponentially rise? When it starts to, you know, become expansive? When it starts to, you know, shift? And when more brands and more businesses are coming into the equation while others are growing? And that goes for the Muslims and the non-Muslims, because people are seeing that this is so lucrative. This is the new way of sales, virtual sales and high ticket sales, by selling high ticket products and closing those deals in literally 1-2 calls, as opposed to tech sales, where that takes the sales process. We're looking at about 1-2 months. The complexities involved, the intricacies involved, right? The skills that you need for tech sales, because remote sales, right? Appointment setting in particular, and even closing. Of course, closing is a little bit of a different ballgame, but we're focused on remote appointment setting right now. What do you need to get into there? You need basic to good communication skills, which you can, you know, more or less end up amplifying as you grow and as you gain more experience and as you do more reps. And the other thing is that you simply need, alongside that, the drive, the determination, the dedication, the hard worker inside of you. And that's why you need to become a 2.0 version of yourself, as I was, you know, outlining before. So the industry is exploding. Do you want to be there for that? Or do you want to just cry and say, you know what, I'm too late for it. I'm really not going to make it. Because what's going to happen is that's going to be exactly how you're going to feel all the time. And that's why you're not going to get very far. The other thing is, and the last one, is other setters are better than me, right? Other setters are better than me. But how are they better than you? How did they get better than you? How did they get better than you? They were taught, you know, they had to learn the skill. They had to come with their A game. They had to shift their beliefs. They had to come with the right perspectives. They really had to work hard, right? Just like, you know, just the example that I was giving you before, when you're consuming all this content with people who make it 50K a month, for example, right? They had to do exactly what it says right here. They've just done more reps. They've built that experience. They've gone out there. They've been an action taker. They've gone inside and they've been consistent. They've achieved the longevity. So that's exactly what you need to do. You need to do the reps. You just need to kickstart your journey so it becomes the start of the beginning, and actually keep going consistently until you are better than others, right? It's as simple as that. It's a cycle. It's a cycle. And it's just about you. So remember that. Just want to end it off with the following, right? The actual conviction of the outcome, having the conviction of the outcome, so the actions will be aligned, right? And doubts will always be there. These doubts will always be there. I'm not gonna lie. Like when I came into the industry, you know, sometimes it's natural. It comes. You have these doubts. I've had some of these doubts myself, you know. But how did I really get far? Because I controlled it, right? I didn't let those doubts define my actions. Because think about it, the bigger and the stronger and the higher these doubts, the smaller your actions. And does really getting upset about it, you know, give you more options? Does feeling like this give you more options and make it easy for you? Does these emotions make it easy for you? Because when we faced with these challenging situations, when we faced with these fear, or we're faced with stress or rejection, now it's not really about talent. It's actually about being cool-headed, holding the nerve, controlling the emotion. So if the emotion cannot change the situation, think about it like this. If your emotion can't change the situation, it's not going to change it, right? The situation that you're dealing with, then it's not the right emotion to have. Think about it when you're losing money in business. One may feel like I'm screwed when he's lost a bit of money in his business. But what's the cycle? What's the typical things that can happen in a business? You can lose money, right? So if you change the way the emotion is towards that, then it doesn't seem so wrecking anymore, like it's destroying you. Was it catastrophic, that loss in your business? Probably not. So if we know that with a business things like this will come, then it makes it so much more easier to actually dealing with it. So remember, brothers, focus on what you can change, because it's up to you, right? Focus on your perspective, your perceptions, your beliefs, your actions, right? Focus on that, because you can't dictate certain things. For example, you can't dictate how many people are experiencing better than you. You can't dictate that. But what can you dictate, right? The emotions, the decisions, the determination, the desire, and knowing that, for example, specifically looking at, okay, I don't have experience. How can you change that? What can you do in your circle of control to actually change that? Because what's up to us is the actual playing field, right? It's not the factors that we can really change. Like I said, experienced people in front of us. We can't change that. We just focus on how we show up with improvement, how we do reps, how we create confidence in ourselves, and how we create that talent within ourselves, inshallah ta'ala. So, alhamdulillah, like, I know after this video, you're going to go away with a complete different perspective, mindset, perception. And this, inshallah ta'ala, will create a big paradigm shift in the way you move forward with your actions. So, alhamdulillah. And I just want to end it with a couple of things. Remote sales will actually reward you like it can reward you like few, like not many industries. Not many industries can reward you like remote sales. But remember, you're not really gonna achieve that. You're not really gonna achieve those rewards unless your mindset is actually built right. So you know what needs to shift now. You know what beliefs you need to drop, especially these ones if you're feeling like that, and you know what to replace them with now. So from this point onwards, inshallah ta'ala, bi-idhnillah al-kareem, you're no longer just trying to make it. All right, you're actually building the identity of someone who already has, or someone who will. So walk with certainty, inshallah. Show up like you're gonna make this happen with Allah's permission, and inshallah ta'ala, those results will absolutely follow, as long as you have the right intention. So barakallah feek. If you enjoy the video, please check out the links below. We have a program, alhamdulillah, a paid mentorship program, where we help these Muslim brothers break into remote appointment setting. Alhamdulillah, I shall see you on the next one.